salesmanship or salesman remuneration, and that is what we are going to look at. So let me share again salesman's remuneration so that we can have a look at what we need to undertake. Uh, just one moment and we are back with it. So you can see that page. When it comes to paying salesmen, what is important to note that is how are you going to pay them? Majority of salesmen are normally paid in terms of commissions. Commissions on what goods they sell. Are you seeing the page clearly? You can answer by a yes, okay? If you are seeing the page clearly, that is good. And so I'm seeing that salesmen normally are paid, or there are various methods that are used to pay them. One common one is commission, that is based on what amount they have sold. And that is has been used by many companies out there. But you find that there are some organizations also that instead they pay their salesmen through salaries. They pay their salesmen through salaries, bonuses, or give them fringe benefits. So we'll get to know all that. So the first thing we need to do is that any company that employs salesmen must come up with a plan to pay them. And that plan must be a plan that they believe is going to give them their best objective or to help them to determine their goals. So let's look at some of the reasons for coming up with a good remuneration plan. Reasons for coming up with good remuneration plan. One reason is that it makes it a suitable reward. So it makes it a suitable reward for the service that salesmen give. So when salesmen do sell your product as an organization, then you need to give them a reward which matches what they perform. Two, salesmen get happy, or salesmen can be happy. Salesmen can be happy, especially when they are paid equitably. And in this sense, you find that equitable pay for salesmen can make them enjoy their work and put in the best effort. Also, we can say that salesmen, when they are paid well, it reduces their turnover. You know, people leave work or leave job or change jobs because they are not happy with their current position or situation. And when they are well rewarded, they love their jobs and want to maintain. Another one is when salesmen are paid well, they get to produce more. They get educated and their productivity increases. So those are some good reasons that we can be able to look at when looking at coming up with a remuneration plan. Now, another thing is what are some of the objectives that companies have when it comes to paying salesmen? What are the objectives companies have? One, it facilitates attracting and retaining salespeople. Want to facilitate attracting and retaining salespeople. 2 is to motivate them to attain high level sales volume. Then 3, it aims to it's a direct relationship between salesman performance and a company's profitability. That is, if you pay your salesmen well, even your firm's overall performance is improved. Then again, sometimes it eliminates unwanted sales force. For example, when you design a pay plan which is based on performance, you find that your sales force will be evaluated on how much they can sell. And this makes it possible to determine which salespeople qualify or are good for your objective as an organization. Then, of course, it can give you an extra benefit. Looking at essentials of good sales plan, sales remuneration plan, sales remuneration plan. It's important to understand that a sales plan or a sales remuneration plan should be simple enough to be understood. So let your salespeople know that they are being offered a salary as their pay, or if there are commissions in addition to the basic salary, then that commission needs to be calculated in understandable percentages, like 5% of total sales volume. In that case, it is simple enough to be understood. Another key essential is that fairness. It must be fair to the salesman and also to the firm. That is, pay the salesman according to what they give, but also should be affordable to the company. Then 3, it should be flexible enough. That is, what we mean by flexibility is that it can be adjusted. It can be adjusted anytime. Anytime requiring, it can be adjusted. So all those are aspects that need to be considered. So flexibility and reviewability is also more or less the same. So that one, we can look at them in the same breath. Then, of course, incentives provided, the salary or the pay should give adequate incentives to ensure living wage. That is, give your salespeople what can allow them to exist and live without challenges. They can be able to pay the bills in life. That is very important. Then again, it should be a motivator for good performance. That sales pay must be a motivator for good performance. Of course, it should be proportional to the objectives that are to be attained. That is very important. Then again, competitiveness of sales remuneration, it means that you should not pay over and above the industry or pay so low that salesmen in other companies feel that they are so much advantaged, or your own salesmen feel that they are so much disadvantaged. So in this case, it is important to remember that you need to have competitive remuneration. Then, of course, it should have periodic increment. Maybe every year you need to have a policy of increasing your scales, so that at least your employees may be able to have something to cheer about at the end of the period. Are we together? Abu Bakr, say yes if we are together. You can put in the public chat. Yes, if we are in the same page. So you say yes if you're in the same page. Good. Developing a remuneration plan. What we mean here is that how should a firm develop a remuneration plan? Remuneration is actually a term referred to pay that any organization need to give to their employees. So before you come up with a pay plan or you develop way of paying your employees, what plan will you have, for instance? So in this case, what we mean is that you look at the job description of a salesman. What are uh, the duties and responsibility of a job? So we take, for example, uh, what roles must be played in a job, and in that case, you find that uh, you need to take that into consideration. Again, again, the next important aspect to consider is job content, or not job content. What needs to be considered is job evaluation. That is comparing this job with other jobs in terms of remuneration plan. What does this job facilitate? And you look at it in terms of what does it contribute to that particular organization, and what is the value of this job in the company. So in that case, we're talking about the levels that uh, the rank or the salesperson has in that particular organization. So you find that sorry, they are the CEO of the company, for example, has got a higher level job, and therefore the job is rated highly. How about salesman's job? How is it rated? That's what is meant. Now, again, uh, reasonable earning that should be uh, compared with the pay plan. Is it something reasonable according to the level of the job? Again, what is important is the total amount payable to a salesman. Who decides that the decision needs to be taken? And of course, a salesman's job in terms of what goods they are selling also matters. There are jobs that are uh, goods that are very slow to sell. They are slow moving items. How do you remunerate them? They are small orders, tiny orders, little orders, for example, that customers put. How do you handle that? There are companies that sell to industrial buyers, for example. You find that so many orders at one go. So you need to have different ways of remunerating employees selling different types of goods, depending on what kind of item are they selling. Then, of course, the payment methods need to be decided. Is it a bank wire transfer? Is it a check, payment by check? Is it cash from the cash office, for example? You need to be able to determine that. Now, let's look at the various methods of compensation. So we want to look at the various methods of compensation. Now, compensation, remuneration, and pay all mean the same thing. So don't wonder that we are using different terms. We may use remuneration, it's the same as compensation, it's the same as pay when we refer to the fact that people get rewarded for what they have contributed. Now, the methods that we want to look at, are straight salary method. Uh, Look at the methods that I'm highlighting there. Uh, the straight salary method, straight commission method combination, bonus and profit sharing. So when we come to straight salary methods, we talk about a basic salary offered to a salesman in terms of the job they're doing. What is the basic salary that is offered to the salesman? So, so in many cases, you find that the salesman would be offered a basic salary, and this is what they will be earning for a particular period. Mostly, periods determined here are monthly period. Like for most employers in Kenya, they pay people on a monthly basis. So you find that they'll have that fixed salary amount payable to the salesman uh, per month, and it's of course it's regardless of the sales volume they put in. It's a fixed amount; it doesn't vary. So it's a fixed time scale. So that's what we refer to as straight salary method. Now, the straight salary method, of course, uh, will be suitable in such situations like where a new market is being explored. You are not very sure exactly how that place will behave, and now you may not uh, state to your salesman that you're gonna give them commissions or you're gonna give them bonuses. But when you are targeting a new market, you can be able to offer straight salary method. When salesmen have to cooperate in a sale, that is, there is a joint effort of salesmen that they are working as a team, then you can give them straight salary. It's a way of equity. If the job is missionary or educational effort, that is missionary salesmen. These are people who just advocate for or popularizes a product, but then other people come in and sell the product. So in most cases, missionary salesmen, you offer them straight salary because they don't do actual selling, but they give information to potential customers about this product. So these situations that I'm mentioning here, I can highlight them so that you can see them clearly, are situation where or when uh, straight salary method is appropriate. Are we together? Now, look at that. Like, for example, when job is routine, when salesman work at sales counter, for example, in a shop, where the market for the product is seasonal, for example, you just only have to sell at a specific season. So take into consideration all that. Then, of course, there are merits or advantages of this method. One, it is simple to understand. It's simple to understand. It's simple to understand. Then it guarantees income to the salesman. Guarantees income to the salesman. You can guarantees income to the salesman. You can be able to see that guarantees income. Then it also offers security of income to the salesman. Then it can also help to develop satisfied and loyal sales force because they are very sure that they'll, at the end of the day, they will get something no matter their sales volume for that particular period. Of course, you have also demerits. That is, when you offer straight salary method, there are issues that might come up. For example, it makes no difference between the idle salesman and the active salesman. There are people who will just be joyriding. They'll be waiting for others to do the work, and then they profit from it. So in many cases, you find that uh, the merits of such kind of a method, then it doesn't stimulate people to work hard. And then, of course, the reward may not necessarily relate to effort. Sometimes you may work hard, but your salary is very low. Sometimes people are not motivated to give themselves to the work. Yeah, it can overcompensate or undercompensate a salesman. And of course, it doesn't relate to the amount of sales that has been taken. Are we together? Very good. Uh, so I believe we are seeing all that. In case you have you can be able to get in touch. Get in touch. Now, uh, let's look at the straight commission method. Straight commission method. Straight commission method. This is where salesmen are offered commission of a total percentage or value of sales. They are given commission based on results. It's based on results and not on the time. It is based on what sales they make. So it's normally calculated. It's normally calculated based on the sales volume. So the commission is calculated usually as a percentage of the total value of sales, as a percentage of the total value of sales. So that's what is important about it. Now, the straight commission method is suitable under the following conditions. When high incentive is required to achieve sufficient sales, that is, when you want to motivate people to work hard so that they can be able to increase the sales in the company, also to increase their income. When you want to increase the sale of the people, then also, of course, when the financial position is not very strong, the company is not in a strong financial position. In many cases, you find that companies cannot afford to have uh, fixed salaries to their salesmen. Then when the firm cannot control the activities of the salesmen, when they just go out there, they don't know what they do, and then this is where you ensure that you offer straight commission method. Now, what are the advantages of straight commission method? Advantages of straight commission method. One, it's this direct relationship between selling uh, and the selling cost and sales revenue, that is income and payment. There is that relationship. Then, of course, too, it gives clear distinction between the efficiency of salesmen. There are those who are very good and there are those who are not good. So you can give a distinction. Then there's low administrative cost because your cost will be dependent on what has been brought into the company in terms of revenue. So if they bring more revenue, you can be able to have to pay more. If they bring less, you pay less. Then of course salesmen are free. They are free. They are free to achieve a higher level of performance as they want. Then of course it gives them great incentive. Then it's easy for them to understand how it operates. Then of course it attracts salesmen of better quality and caliber. So that is very important. That salesmen who are very successful are normally attracted to this kind of arrangement because they are free to, they have no limit, they have no ceiling as to what amount they can make. Are we together? Challenges of this type of remuneration, demerits is that sometimes there is always uncertainty. There is uncertainty as far as salesmen are concerned. There is an uncertainty as far as income position is not sure, then sometimes fast moving goods can be sold faster, but slow moving goods will still not sell very quickly. Then, of course, salesmen cannot be controlled, and they are sometimes uh, getting to know what action they are doing may not be easy. And of course, uh, salesmen sometimes can use uncanny methods, like they can try bribing customers. They can try doing a funny way of reaching out to customers so that they can make sales. So therefore, those are the challenges. Now, the next one we want to look at, the next one is we want to look at is before we look at combination of salary and straight commission, combination of salary and commission. I want to ask a few questions from you guys. A few questions here. Bubaka, where are your colleagues? Ask them to join in. But anyway, you don't see the screen. Good, 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 good. So are you seeing the screen? Now, where did the screen, were you able to see disadvantages of straight commission? Uh, did you see disadvantages of straight commission? Okay, and what about advantages? No? So just to recap on that area so that you can be able to check out on that. So the screen stopped at, wow, it stopped a long time ago. So let me check. Let me take you back, okay? So just to take you back to those areas, take a note of straight commission method, and let's look at the merits and demerits. Yes, so you can be able to check on that. So those are it ended at reasons of good remuneration. So the screen stopped displaying at, wow, okay. Let me get it back so that you can have a look at it. Reasons for, so so is that where it stopped? Is this okay? Is it okay? This is where it stopped, Good. So let me put it back. So check on those areas. So you can be able to reason for good remuneration plans. So are you okay with that? Let's proceed. Can we proceed? Just type yes there. Just say yes. Yes, and can we proceed? Good. Uh-huh. So essentials of good remuneration plan. Essentials of good remuneration plan. Essentials of good remuneration plan. So are you there? When you are good to go, we can proceed, okay? Are you there? Essentials of good remuneration plan. Can I proceed? Can I proceed? Good. So that is let me proceed. Methods of compensation. Now, these are the methods we had mentioned. We had discussed straight salary method, straight commission method. We have looked at advantages and disadvantages. Now we are going to combination of salary and commission. But let me just show you those pages that you did not look at. Straight salary. We say that they are good, they are suitable at these situations. These are situations when they are suitable. So you can be asked, under what situation would straight salary method be used to pay salesmen? Now, those are the situations. Then merits of straight salary, advantages of straight salary. This is what we said about the advantages of straight salary. So when you ask about the advantages, these are the same. So you can tell me if you are good to go and can proceed. Okay, can proceed. Okay. Yes. So those are the benefits. Then also we looked at the merits of straight salary method. The merits of straight salary method. These are the demerits of straight salary method. And be able to have a look at that. Now, straight commission method, we also have defined it. And we say that it is suitable under these cases. Can be able to have a look. Then also we look at some of the advantages or merits of straight commission method. So those are the advantages of straight commission method. So you can be able to see those advantages. There's also the disadvantages. Lastly, the last thing we were to look at before we was here was combination of salary and commission. That is, you were given a salary, and in addition, you also paid on commission. So there's a basic salary that is given as a plan, but then on top of that, you get commission on what sales that one has made. So this is combination is it gives the advantages of salary and commissions, and also advantages of opportunity to make more money. Now, this method is suitable salary plus commission on total sales. Under this system, the salesman is paid a salary that is predetermined and a commission on the total sales he makes. For example, if he makes if he is given a salary of 30,000, but then he makes a sales of 200,000, then a percentage of that sale would be added to the 30,000 that he gets as basic salary. So that is the first situation. The second situation is where salary plus commission of a certain quarter. What we mean by this is that this man is paid a predetermined fixed amount as sales, as salary, and then commission, which is calculated on the amount of sales over and above a sales quota. Sales quota is a target that is given to a particular salesman, that if he makes sales of a certain amount, then he should have reached that quota. And when that quota is reached, then a commission will be calculated on that. So, for example, we have an example that is here, and I want to show you that a salesman who is appointed on a monthly salary of 1,000 rands. This is rands, but it's like 100,000 Kenya shillings. Plus a commission is entitled to 1.5% commission on all sales. That is, he gets a salary of 1,000 rands, but then 1.5% on all sales. Then also he gets 4% commission over the sales of 25 rands and above. So if he made a sale of 40,000 rands, how much commission will this person get? So commission on all sales will be 1.5% of 40,000. That is 600, plus the salary of 1,000. But also there is a 4% commission on 25,000 and above. Any amount that is above 25,000. This is 25,000. This is 25,000. Any amount that is above 25,000 will be offered at a commission of 4%. So the difference between 40,000 and 25,000 is 15,000. So you'll get 4% of 15,000 as commission. So in other words, this is the quota that he has to make a sale of 25 for him to get 25% of that sale. So commission. So are we together? I think that illustration, let me highlight it so that it can be visible for anyone who is checking. Good. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this method, salary and commission? Merits is that there is guaranteed income, minimum income guaranteed. It rewards is well balanced. You can take a look at all that. The plan may be acceptable and suitable for salesmen, and the control over salesman activities. There is control over salesman activity. A challenge with the method is that it increases the office administration costs. The cost of ensuring everything is calculated and done, that is also increased. Because they are also offered salary, it requires more work and what have you. Then more records must be maintained. It requires that more records are maintained. Let's look at incentive plans. Incentive plans are plans to give extra benefits that one may get over and above salary or above commission. Incentive plans. So regarding incentive plans, let me check whether it's still visible. Tuguna, welcome. Incentive plans. So the first incentive plan we want to look at is known as bonus, okay? Bonus is different from commission because the payment of commission is based on value, but bonus is a financial incentive to salesman. It's paid in as in addition to the remuneration that he gets. So basis of giving a bonus for any firm, the basis of giving bonuses for any firm are like this. These are the basis. Why would you want to give a bonus? These are some of the basis for giving a bonus. When for example, when profit is earned, when a profit is earned, extra profit is earned, you can give a bonus. When the sales quota is exceeded, that is, if, for example, you are given a sales quota but you exceed it, then anything, uh, the excess in sales quota would be, a bonus would be given to a salesman. Then also when special services are offered, when you offer services that is outside your jurisdiction as a salesman, then you can get a bonus. Or if you perform a promotional work that in addition to your sales job, you conduct promotional work, one can get a bonus. Or for creating a certain number of new customers. If you manage to recruit new customers and reach a particular target, let's say, for example, in a period, you manage to sign up, like, let's say, 10 new customers, maybe over and above, then you're given that limit. If you sign in 10 new customers, it's a bonus you get. And of course, when you manage to put down the sales expenses like the traveling, the accommodation, the presentation, and all that expense related to selling, then you also can get a bonus. So this bonus is normally an in addition to the normal remuneration. It can be in addition above commissions, it can be above salary, it can be above a combination of both. Now, so when to give bonuses, there must be a good plan for it so that it's not confusing, and also it doesn't create conflict between employees, because you don't want to use inequitable methods of giving bonuses. So that is something that one must take into consideration. What are the advantages of bonuses? What are the advantages of bonuses? It provides additional income to the salesman. Then also it makes them loyal, more loyal, reduces turnover. Turnover is people leaving the organization. And then also it creates a good relationship between the salesman and the organization. And of course, uh, it also encourages salesmen to be more innovative, more creative, and come up with better ideas of selling. The last thing we wanted to talk about was profit sharing. Not necessarily the last, but one of the key ways of rewarding employees or salesmen is through profit sharing. Now, this is a system where firms apportion a certain part of profit, which is divided among the salesmen who took part in the selling activities. So it can be, let's say, for example, 5% of profit can be shared among the salesmen, among the employees. So the sharing plan is in addition to on top of what is normally given to the employees. Let's look at fringe benefits. Fringe benefits are benefits that are given aside from the normal payment that employees, the salesmen get. Mostly they may be non-cash fringe benefits. They are non-cash incentives, and they are given to employees or the salesmen as compensation, for example, and normally in addition to the salaries that they pay, they are paid, in addition or on top of the salaries that they are paid to they are paid. Okay. So examples of those fringe benefits are, like, for example, medical allowances. Take note of medical allowances or medical expenses. Free accommodation, for example, if you travel and you get accommodation offered by your company. Provident fund, that is, you can be given a scheme where you can save for your future or for your once retirement. It's normally there. Then also the company can offer their products at a lower cost to the employee, for example. So you can buy products from the company at affordable rates. Of course, can also be given education expenses taken care of by your organization. So mostly these are fringe benefits on the side. They are called fringe because on the side, apart from what you normally earn as your uh, income. So you find that they are given to salesmen. So one is another key benefit that could be received is traveling expenses being taken care of. What we mean by this is when a salesman travels to meet customers at various places, they're also given the traveling expenses are taken care of by the employer, by the organization that employs. So you find that uh, uh, they get satisfied with. Now, of course, traveling expenses, there's a way in which it is offered. Uh, Sometimes it's offered as reimbursement of expenses. Sometimes it is given as petty cash, whereby each time you want to travel, you go to a petty cash office and you get the amount that you need for traveling. Or the company can fix the amount to be spent in a particular territory, and then this amount is normally allocated to the salesmen according to their requirement. Then sometimes the firm may fix a flat rate at which the amount is to be paid. A flat rate for every salesman depending on which territory they are operating in. So you find that so those are the main methods that salesmen can be used to reward salesmen. So we have mentioned about salary, commission basis, salary and commission. Uh, so we have mentioned commission, salary and commission, uh, and profit sharing and fringe benefits. So you need to remember those key aspects that we have mentioned as far as salesman remuneration is concerned. Are we together? Are we together? Good. So I think it reaches a time when to look at factors influencing. Let's look at factors influencing remuneration plan. Factors influencing remuneration plan. Let's go back to it. Factors influencing remuneration plan. Good. So let's look at this. Good. I believe all of us are here. Eh? Factors influencing remuneration plan. Eh? Winner, you are late. But anyway, welcome. Eh? Where is this guy called Njuguna? He has disappeared. Eh? Mhm. Factors influencing remuneration plan. Eh? Uh, are you hearing? Are you getting? If say yes if you can get me. So, what are these factors? Eh? Great. Uh, some of the factors we're talking about is financial capacity of the company. Companies are able to pay their salesmen when they have the money, they have the financial strength to pay them. If, for example, they can make good profits, then they are able to pay their salesmen a handsome amount of money. But when they find that their finances are a challenge, like right now, many companies, because of the COVID-19, are not able to pay their workers very well. So you find that some of them, they give them uh, uh, half salary, some of them, they lay them off. The same with salesmen, where all over the world, if the company is doing well, they can share that uh, strength with their workers. Nature of sales job. For example, when we talk about nature of sales job, is that how much work is involved. This comes now about job description. What is the type of job that the salesman is doing? Uh, for example, if they keep on moving around, if they do missionary sales, if they do sell a lot, their remuneration will be commensurate to what kind of job they are undertaking. Another is the nature of the product handled. Nature of the product that is handled by the customer also determine what the customer needs to, what the pay that uh, the salesman receives. Another important aspect is the class, the type of salesman. Type of salesman. When we talk about type of salesman, remember we talked about over-the-counter salesmen, that is, or outdoor missionary salespeople and all that. Eh? That also determines. So they normally have different schemes of pay. Like those who essentially are their job is selling, they can be offered salaries on commissions and what have you. So all that are important aspects that need to be considered. Uh, Another important factor is conditions prevailing in the market. We said conditions prevailing in the market. So what are the market conditions? What do we mean by conditions prevailing in the market? Is that what are the other competitors paying? What is the nature as relates to the product being sold? So that the industry uh, performance also can determine how much one is to be paid. So most uh, industry want to measure their payment or their salaries in terms of what the other competitors pay, so that not one company has got an advantage over the other. Another factor is economic conditions. For example, where uh, economic situation is like right now, because of COVID, economic situation is not very good, and therefore you find that uh, companies would offer half pay to their employees because work is reduced. bare minimum. And also, of course, depending on the demand potential, the cost of living also determines how much your salesman should be paid. Because you need to pay a living wage, a wage that allows them to pay their bills on a daily basis. Methods and policy of distribution. This is concerns the influences the remuneration of salesmen. Method of distribution adopted by a concern also influences remuneration of salesmen. What we mean here is that what are the policies that are given by the organization as far as payment is concerned. For example, there are those salesmen who sells industrial goods, large goods that you sell one, but it has got high value, or you sell lots of items at one go, or you have a salesman who sells items to single customers. They buy in small quantities, and so their remuneration for all these people will be very different, and the commissions offered, salaries offered will be different. Will be dependent on the nature of job that they are doing. The last another factor that is important is the firm's promotional activities. When we talk of firm's promotional activities, is that they add on to the cost uh, of selling, and when the cost of selling is high, then that need also to be matched by what is paid to the salesmen. For example, if salesmen are assisted by advertisements or sales promotional programs, then it means that their effort is subsidized in a way. So their job is made simpler. So in that case, salesmen may not get such a high pay as if they had worked on their own. So that fact must be considered. So when salesmen are backed by companies' promotional effort, then at times it makes their work easier, and they may not get as high a pay as if they would be working on their own. Are we together? So remember those 8 factors. Remember those 8 factors so that you can be able to understand. Now, I want us to ask a few questions here and there before we proceed. Before we proceed to the types of salesmen. Before we proceed to types of salesmen. Yes, Karen, a winner. This is a question for you. State 2 factors. State 2 factors that influence a salesman's pay. Write those factors there. Just write them on the portal where you have just written yes. State 2 factors that influence a salesman's pay. Just write them down. Meanwhile, Malcolm, this is a question for you. State 2 disadvantages. State 2 disadvantages of straight commission method of payment. Malcolm, straight 2 disadvantages of straight commission method of payment. And that is for Malcolm. Abubakar, are you there? This is a question for you. State 3 conditions state three conditions when salary method, straight salary method of payment is recommended. State three conditions when straight salary method of payment is recommended. So write your answers down there. I'll see each and every person's answers on that public chat, okay? Yes, put down your answers. Put down your answers there, okay? We know you have been typing all along. I can't see your answers. Just two answers. Remember, two factors that influence pay. Salesman pay method. Peter, Rose, welcome. You are late. Now, this is a question for you, eh? This is a question for you. Give three advantages. Give three advantages of bonuses offered to salesmen as pay. Give three advantages of bonuses offered to salesmen as pay. Karen, commissions per sales made and profit incurred. What did I ask you, Owino? I asked you factors influencing or determining the level of pay, yeah? That's what I asked you, eh? And what you have answered is different, eh? Malcolm, whom did I ask the factors? Malcolm or Owino? I've checked your answers, eh? I asked Owino, what did I ask you? Good. Rose, you had a question? I've also opened a public chat, not a public chat, that is a chat window. You can check on it from your portal. You can, I've sent one message there. You can put your questions. Now, you can put your questions there. We'll be able to tackle them. I've seen your answers. Each and every person's answers, I'm able to get them from here. And Malcolm tells us it takes time to build up a livable wage. Owino is saying leading to payment of salesmen. Payment is made only when sales are confirmed. I can see your answers. Good. Now let me go through these types of salespeople. This is one of the areas that we want to look at. And as we look at it, I'll put to you another question so that you can chew on the same. Okay. Now, various types of salesmen. We said order takers. Mostly such types of salesmen are those people who are normally not expected to persuade customers to buy product, but they normally just receive the order and offer it as they have received it. In most cases, they are only responding to customers' requests. They mostly respond to customers' requests. Inside order takers are mostly in retail shops, for example, retail assistants, for example. Their role is just the customer who comes in, they are able to serve them. Customers who come in, they can be able to serve them. Like most of the shops out there, you find that they're inside order takers. Then we have delivery salespeople. Delivery salespeople normally deliver the product to the customer. They bring the product to where the customers are as a way of selling to them. And many a times they can be able to serve the customer depending on the needs or the want or whatever that they are looking for. Then we have the outside order takers. These ones primarily visit customers to pick orders. Mostly they are field salespeople. Like most of the salesmen who work outside offices, they are called outside order takers. They pick orders from customers. They go solicit for customers out there. Then we have order creators. These guys mostly they tend to convince customers to buy the product. Their role is they conduct a lot of prospecting, a lot of negotiation with customers. They tend to convince. They want to convince customer to buy that product. So in many cases, you find them outside there. They are the guys who conduct a lot of cold canvassing. You remember cold canvassing as a method of prospecting for customers. These people are proficient in this kind of a job. Another very important person is called missionary salespeople. Missionary salespeople, these people, they play almost the easiest role. They are mostly their role is just to create awareness and give information. They educate customers about the product, but then they don't have to sell it. They don't have to sell. They only create awareness. It's a very exclusive sales job that many companies do, especially in the medical or in the pharmaceutical industry. they create awareness about the product, and then the salespeople would come and deliver. Like most medical reps are they hold prestigious jobs, like those people working for Pfizer, a company called Pfizer, or a GSK, that is Glaxo Smith Kline. You find that they have missionary salespeople. Another important group is known as the order getters. Order getters they are typically selling jobs where major objective is to persuade customers to make a direct purchase. So mostly they're in the front line, and they are supported by technical salespeople, those who can give information about the product. But their role is just to ensure that there is a customer, and then with assistance from technical guys, then they can be able to sell those products. Are we together? So what we have mentioned, this area, I think we had covered it at the beginning, so it's not very new to you guys, but just as a reminder to those. Now, these people are the ones that organizations or companies want to remunerate, and that's why we're looking at various methods of paying salespeople. Are we together? Now, I want to see questions from you guys. Let me see questions. Rose, ask question. Ask a question. Are we together? Good. So any question, put down your questions there. I'm seeing people's answers in the public chat. Can see people. Malcolm, we started by remuneration. I said remuneration is the same as pay or the same as salaries. Yes, or pay, salary, remuneration, or compensation. It's more or less mean the same thing, okay? So you can use remuneration to refer to pay, or to refer to compensation. That is for the role that one does in an organization. For example, salesmen. Are we together? So remuneration essentially means pay or compensation. Are we together? Any other question? Put down your questions. Put down your questions. Yes. Any other question? Juguna.
Yes.
Juguna, why are you coming in and going away? Yeah.
Yes,
You
I
have
was
a
trying to
question?
figure. No.
Have you been together with us, or you just come? Hmm? Hmm? Is there any other question? Someone else? Factor of remuneration, or factors affecting remuneration. See, that's what I have been asking. I said, what are the factors affecting remuneration plan or pay plan, or compensation plan? It's the same thing, okay? We talked about organizations' income, ability to pay. We talk about the nature of the job. Huh? The key issues that we had mentioned earlier. Are we together? How can you consider remuneration to an organization? Can you frame the question very well? Maybe you have not framed it very well. Remuneration is not to an organization. It is to the salesmen, those who work in that organization as salesmen. They are the ones that are supposed to receive pay. Are we together? So maybe you can frame your question better so that we can look at them. Now, Malcolm, factors influencing remuneration are these ones. You see what I'm highlighting? Are you able to see that? Financial capacity of the firm, nature of the job, nature of products handled, type of salesman. These are factors influencing a company's remuneration plan. So remember those ones. Remember those factors. Remember those factors. Are we together? So Malcolm's question, these are the factors. There are 8 of them. There are 4 others down here. And here I am scrolling down so that you can see those 4 other factors. Conditions prevailing in the market. All those are factors influencing. Now I'll put this note on the portal so that you may have them. So I just stay on. I'm going to post them on topic 10. All right, remember on topic 10, okay? I'm going to post them there so that you can find them, right? Then, is there any other question? Rose, have you been together? There's also a chat on your portal. You can be able to find it. I can't see people joining in, but you can join in if you want. Of course, but the public chat is also okay. So any other question? Owino, did you have a question? Yes, other topics we covered from last year. You don't remember? We covered all topics. Now, these are the last few ones. When we started, I showed you a course outline, okay? But we are still going to cover those key areas that we have not covered. Are we together? So that's why you should always make a point of logging in so that you find out what we cover. I'm going to put all the notes in this portal for all those other topics that we covered in class. I'm going to put all the notes. I'm going to put discussion so that when you come to, for example, when you come to the portal, you'll find those key details over there, so that you can be able to take and look at them. Okay. Let me try to show you the page on the portal, how it looks like. So are we together? So I want to show you a page here. Let me just try to show you another page. Um, are you able to see that page? No, it's quite tiny, eh? It's quite tiny, but I believe you can see. Let me try to scroll. So you'll see the page like that, eh? Uh, Now you'll find on your page. You'll find on your page. Uh, you'll find on your page topics with such kind of introduction. Okay, and for example, I hope you are able to see. You'll be able to read the introduction objectives and learning activities, various activities uploaded there. And of course, after which you'll also be able to see, uh, for example, discussion topic. You'll find a discussion topic. You'll find journals. You'll find notes. So you'll find the notes of the topic there. So like the topic 10, I'll put notes. I'll upload notes for all the other topics. You'll be able to find them so that you can be able to compare with what we learned in class. But the topics that we have not also covered, I'll also put them and I'll indicate to you. Now, when you come to such activities like, let's say, for example, topic discussion, you click on it. What you need is to click on it, and it will give you a point of a point of a point where you'll be able to answer or to put your contribution, and you can always uh, you can always uh, send that message. In addition, you'll find journals, you'll find quizzes. I'll add another area called quizzes so that you can be able to see what you're supposed to do. And of course, like today, we tend to normally mark attendance. We tend to mark attendance for those who have come to the class. And so today's attendance, we want to check who has come and who has not come. Our class started from 2 p.m. We'll proceed up to 5. It will be every Friday, of course. It will be every Friday, of course. Every Friday, of course. Friday. Today is 15th. Let me check who is there. Today I've seen Abubakar. I've seen Juguna. We know you are there. Nyasi, you are there. And Rose Peter. Ask the others to join, eh? Ask the others to join the classes. Eh? You can see the attendance has been allocated, so you can be able to see that. Eh? Of course, you are. Is there anybody with question? Eh? Anyone with question? So I'm going to ask a question, eh? And I'll put it down under topic 10 as quiz, okay? Under topic 10 as quiz. So I'm going to add a question on your side. You can be able to answer that question. You can be able to answer the question. Each one of you need to answer the question, okay? It will appear on your side. So each one of you should answer the question. So you just put short answers, okay? You're going to put short answers for it. Now, these questions will start now, and let me not time it, but it will be open. But so don't answer it until I have placed the question. Each one of you should answer the question, okay? So you can answer that, short answers. You can answer that. It will appear on your portal on topic 10, okay? As this. Are we together? Are we together? Are we together, everyone? So any more question from you? Any more question from you? Hello, are you there? Yes, any more question? Any more question? Any more question? Any more question from anyone? Now I've put the questions there, 2 questions actually. You can answer them and and post the answers. Now, or you need, you can answer them without having to go through the live portal, but you can just answer them from your side. Are we together? Yes. So take a look at them keenly and answer them. I'll be waiting to check, mark them before the end of the session. I'm going to fix them to expire before the time of class, okay? So make sure you answer the question, okay? The questions before the time is over. There are 2 questions. So are you able to open the questions? Are you able to open the question? It's written quiz topic 10, okay? Quiz topic 10. And there's question 1 and question 2, eh? Quiz topic 10, question 1 and question 2, eh? So check on that. So, Juguna, have you managed to check on those? So check on those quiz topic 10. You can be able to so you click on the quiz so that it can bring you to a position where you can attempt the quizzes, eh? So you'll get a place to answer. The questions will appear to you where you can put down your answers, eh? So just put down the answers there, go to preview the quiz, and then you can be able to put down your answers. Are we together? So that's what I'm trying to show you so that you can be able to do it that way. Eh? Can be able to so you'll have a portion like this where you can answer the questions, and then once you have put your answers down, once you have put down your answers, you can finish. You can click on finish, and then it will actually send. You can click on finish attempt, and it will send the answers. Okay, so do that. I'm waiting for you to see that you have done it. Okay, so you don't need the the video link to answer them. Just go to your portal and you can answer them. Now, is there any question? Is there any remaining question that you have before we end the live session? Eh? Is there any question? Abubakar, you have a question? Malcolm, any question? Chuguna, any question? Karen, any question? Rose, any question? Good. So, so that's good. So, answer those two questions. They are going to be evaluated in a few moments, and I'll give you a report. Okay. So go to your portal direct on your page and answer them. Then that will be great for all of us. Okay. So you